Hey guys, it's Ben, back again with Pick Ems for Week 5 of the IBL, and once again, I'm joined by...
Tenacious Fox here.
Alright, let's get started. First matchup, we have Brendan in the Marlboro Mudsdales versus Tyler in the New York Cosmogs. My thought process with this matchup was that Brendan has been pretty cold lately, and Tyler has not, and Tyler's like a consistently good player. So that alone led me to pick him over Brendan.
Yeah, I mean, I did pick Brendan again because I think he's been going through the right mindset in all of his matches. Like he's been for the most part making the right moves. Just like at the very end, he'll make one or two mistakes and that'll cost him. But I picked him because I think he's got a decent matchup in this one.
Yeah, I noticed that. He does have a pretty decent matchup. Like, Tyler doesn't have a lot of answers to Zygar. He doesn't have a lot of answers to Gardevoir.
Yeah, because I mean,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, if his checks go down, then they could wreak some serious havoc.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, yeah, I guess he's got to switch into the Draco from Noivern. I mean, he's got switch-ins to basically everything, and that's kind of what I was looking at.
Yeah, that's true. But Pokemon like Landorus and Diancie, Victini, those things are like always scary. It doesn't matter what the matchup is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this matchup seemed fairly even. Like you said, Brendan does have some of the... I think he does have a slight edge, but like I mentioned before, I just feel like Tyler's been playing better as a player.
Yeah, I mean, I hope... I'm hoping Brendan doesn't let me down this week. Obviously, the match has already been posted.
Yeah, and I already watched it.
Okay.
I mean, okay. So I made this pick beforehand. I swear, I didn't make the pick after I watched the match. I swear to you.
Well, I guess we won't talk anymore about that. But
yeah, let's not. Terrible, licky. Okay. Let's move on to the next matchup, shall we?
Yeah, okay.
We've got odds in the Memphis Bewearers versus GarchompTheGod and the Lawrence Talonflames.
Does look
both of them...
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like both of us picked the Bewearers.
Yeah, both of them have had pretty rough seasons. If I remember correctly, I think they're both sitting at 1-4. I'm not sure, but I think they're both 1-4 at this point.
I have no clue.
Wait, no, is that how math works? No, it's 1-3. This is the pick'ems for Week 5 games. I'm not smart.
I don't even know records at this point. I
haven't been paying a lot of attention.
The document hasn't been updated, so...
Wmar actually linked me an updated one. I'll pass that to you later, actually.
Okay. That'll be good.
I love how we're just going on random tangents now.
But
we're talking about the matchups or something.
Obviously, when I made this pick, I hadn't seen the Talonflames and the Azels play last week, so I didn't see him win yet. So I one of my notes was Talonflames hadn't won yet, ? But obviously that was a pick I made before I saw them knock off the Azels last week. So I kind of did look a little bit at the matchup, but also just going off of who's playing well in this one. And obviously when I made this pick, the Bewearers had a better record. But at this point, yeah, I think you are right. I think this is one of the others that has been posted yet. Or posted.
Yeah, I'm not sure,
but I think they are both 1-3.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All I know is that Odds' win was against Kurt, and Kurt's one of the better players that I've seen. So the fact alone that they beat him shows me that he's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. So I did think that was kind of why. I mean, maybe that's not a really good reason, but I was tired when I was picking the matchups. So
yeah, this is probably I feel like this is my my weakest pick out of all of them, just because the Talonflames do have a decent team. And the Bewearers, I mean, the Bewearers don't have a terrible team either.
I mean, I think they're both pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, Garchomp, I don't see a lot for Greninja on his team. I mean, Tapu Koko revenge kills are like every time, but
there's no Protean in this league, right?
Yeah, there's no Protean.
That's
that would
what
be
I
way too
good. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's Hoopa Unbound, so you never know.
Oh, that's true, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, the Tapu Koko can take it. Mimikyu obviously could be potentially be a problem for the Talonflames.
That too. I didn't really look at that, but yeah, now that you mention it, Mimikyu is pretty strong as well.
Obviously, Bisharp can probably come in at basically any time on it, because it's just not going to be able to do much to Bisharp. But I mean,
I think it has access to Drain Punch.
I actually don't know.
That would be funny if he brought that.
Yeah, I mean that would be his best. He probably will. I mean, that would be his best move to take care of Bisharp, and then.
Well, Play Rough is still neutral. But
yeah.
Just the Drain Punch would kill like 3 Bisharps.
Yeah. Let me think here.
What other things exist? I really should not have looked. I really should have looked at this matchup more.
Yeah.
I noticed he does have a couple of checks for Bulu though. Like he's got Garbodor, that's a decent switch in. He's got Gorgeist.
Mm-hmm.
He's got something else. So Bulu would usually Rex House. Does get stopped in this matchup.
Yeah, is it just Gorgeist and Garbodor that are his switch-ins?
Possibly.
He did run
Maybe
Weak Armor Garbodor last week, and I thought that was a pretty cool set.
That's awesome. I haven't really been watching the games. Like I said, I'm the best analyst.
I mean, it did all right, but it was just kind of a cool set that he ran, I thought.
That is pretty interesting.
I didn't even know Garbodor got Weak Armor, so...
No, I just realized we've kind of been talking about this matchup for a while, so maybe we should be moving on.
Yeah, okay.
All right. We've got Caleb in the Kansas City Nidokings versus Shady in the Buffalo Drills. What did I even write down anything for this matchup? Yes, I did. Skarmory in all caps. That was that one. Okay, so looking at Shady's team, he's got Clefable, Mega Beedrill, he's got Shaman, Tyrantrum, Bronzong. He's got a lot of stuff that Skarmory just kind of walls. But then again, he also has stuff like Swellow, Typhlosion, Rotom, things that can break Skarmory, but he doesn't have a lot of things that do. So I feel like that can really put in work.
I mean, obviously we said it last week, Milotic just doesn't die.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, what does Caleb have from Milotic? He's got what? Jolteon, Serena.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna those are his best options there. I think Beedrill, Bronzong they're gonna check his BS checks for Mega Altaria, and
oh yeah, Bronzong's a really good Altaria check.
Yeah, I think Tyrantrum can potentially put in work, as long as it doesn't get matched up with like Suicune. Obviously, the Skarmory is gonna.
Suicune is juicy.
Suicune and Skarmory are obviously gonna be checks to that, but
yeah.
I mean,
although I am kind of wondering, I should calc stuff more often, but Skarmory takes neutral damage from Head Smash, and that's a lot.
Yeah, a banded Head Smash is gonna do massive damage to anything. Like,
I'm actually calculating this right now. Bandit Tyrantrum versus physically defensive Skarmory. Oh my gosh. It does 65 to 77 to a fully physically defensive Skarmory. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think that Shady does have kind of a matchup here. Obviously, he doesn't really have anything. I know he's been liking setting up with that Clefable. I don't know that he really has anything that he can set up on, or that it really puts in work. But I do think there's a couple things on his team that are going to put in work this week.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, when I was looking at these matchups, I just saw Skarmory and was like, Caleb wins.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Typhlosion, but that's really, well, Zoroark gets access to Flamethrower, so I mean that's another.
Yeah, that's true.
Another option.
Oh, that's true. He could be disguised as something like something that gets walled by Skarmory, then revealed to be Zoroark and Flamethrower. That would actually work. All right, moving on to our next matchup. This is an interesting one. We have Matt, the Montreal Melodics, versus Josh, Ultra Player, and the New York Metagross. The battle of the undefeated. Both of them are 3-0 at this point, if I'm not... Wait, no.
No, I think...
What?
I think...
that was
Ultra
last
player,
week.
Yeah, Ultra Player lost.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not smart. They were both undefeated last week. Now, Josh is something in 3-1. That is how you math. I'm not smart. I'm tired. So...
I think this is kind of just like the same as it has been with the Milotics. You know, Matt is just such a good battler. Like, you have to pick him, even no matter what the matchup might be. I just think most of the analysts like kind of feel like if you're gonna make a safe pick, that's gonna be the safe pick. Obviously. Yeah. Ultra Player is not a bad battler either. He's showed he's pretty good battler as well.
He's been doing really well.
I actually got the opportunity to give Matt a mock battle for this match, and he seemed pretty well prepared, even though I kind of used basic sets, but he did seem pretty well prepared. The Mega Ampharos, I mean, Metagross don't have that many switch-ins to that, so I mean, that's going to be... I see that putting in some work this week.
That's true. When I was looking at the matchup, it was a 50-50. I thought about flipping a coin, but like I said, I was talking to Wmar the other day, and he pointed out to me, what does Josh have for Excadrill? And
yeah,
it hit
yeah,
me.
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
That sand combo is just, it really is too strong, and the fact that nobody else is kind of running weather, I mean, that's going to give Matt a advantage in most matches that he's got here.
Actually, that's a good point. I didn't even really realize that there wasn't a lot of weather in this league.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody else was running weather, then I think they would have a better matchup against him, especially if they were like a rain team, because that basically neutralizes his sand.
Yeah. Actually, are there any other weather setters that anybody drafted?
I know that the Cupchews used Z Rain Dance with Manaphy a couple times.
I was thinking more like entry.
Yeah. I don't think entry wise, but
not a single other one in the entire league. That's insane. Nobody drafted only Ninetales. I'm searching this.
The other thing is Uxie gets access to U-turn. If anything, if he gets a free switch in with that on Hoopa Unbound, I mean. Basically that U-turn is going to take it out because Uxie is going to outspeed unless he's scarfed. Hoopa.
Scarf Hoopa would be a problem. And if he switches out, he just gets momentum anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, Matt's team is pretty well built. Not that Ultra Players isn't, but I think he's going to have the advantage in this one.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I was looking at Araquanid because it resists both of Excadrill stabs, but Continental Crush exists, and Excadrill is the D captain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really think Matt has the advantage here.
Yeah, I do think Araquanid is one of Ultra Player's better options in this match, just because, you know, Excadrill and Tyranitar can basically take it out with like a rock move, but if he ran it like physically defensive, he might, you know, get a little bit of bulk there, and obviously Mega Ampharos is gonna be a potential threat to that. But I mean, not a lot of other things on this team want to, like, you know, handle it. Just because Araquanid is one of those bulkier mons that kind of sticks around.
Yep. Also, I only just realized that webs exist. That could potentially be a problem for Drill, but realistically, Drill is just probably gonna plow through.
Yeah. And again, with the Araquanid, the webs are going to exist there, if he chooses to bring it, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So, the more I look at it, the more I realize we are spending a lot of time on these matchups. We're already 14 minutes in. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's late. We got to make it at least a decent video.
That's true. Fun fact: this is like what, 12:45 in the morning.
Basically 1 o'clock.
That's how you math. Okay, so next matchup we've got Turk and the Chicago Cubchews versus Jesse, FlameHorizon, and the Minnesota Monfernos. I didn't really look at this matchup very much. Not gonna lie. I just know that Turk has been playing pretty well lately. He started off kind of rough, but he's been doing better. And I've been talking to him about like his team and whatnot, because we did actually talk about that. I didn't totally forget. And I just think that let's see what on his team puts in work here. He has the Megalopony. Does Jesse have any checks to that? Zapdos.
I mean, Zapdos.
Just not.
I basically I do think that the Minnesota's got a team advantage in this one, because if you look at Zapdos, Jirachi, Chestnut, Heatmore just kind of put in work against the Cup Juice team.
Has he brought Heatmore at all this season? I haven't noticed.
I'm not sure. He might not. He might not have. But if you look at it,
Zapdos is such an unmod.
Zapdos can take out basically Megalopony, Manaphy. It's got access to Heat Wave, so Scizor, that's gone. Amoonguss gone. Braviary gone. Zapdos, I think, really puts in work in this one, and obviously
that is actually a very fair point.
And obviously he's got Chestnut for the Rotom Wash. I really think that the Minnesota Monferno should run away with this one, just because I think they've got a matchup advantage.
You know, now that I think about it, maybe the only reason that I picked Turk to win was because he was yelling at me in the DMs, like, hating on me in the Pick Ems again, and I proved you wrong again. Yeah,
I mean, he may very well prove us wrong this week. I just think I do think he's got a massive matchup disadvantage in this one.
All right.
And obviously Jesse could just go for the Syringe Race Jirachi hacks again. So
yeah, that's disgusting. No, let's not talk about Jirachi ever. Moving on. We have Darude and the Aberdeen Elves versus Drew and the Seattle Scizors. So I picked Drew to win this game, but I thought about it a little bit more later, and I realized that Drew's been pretty busy with IRL stuff, so he hasn't had a lot of time for leagues, so that really limits his prep, and I think they're both really good players, so he can really go either way. But the fact alone that Drew's been so busy makes me think that Darude has the upper hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't know that inside information, but
yeah, like I'm the only one aware of this. And now the entire world is.
I do think that Drew's got a good defensive core. I really do like his defensive core in Gramble and Umbreon.
Yeah, and I was noticing that too.
Yeah, and I think that Mamoswine puts in a lot of work in this match. I think that's what I had.
He does have Mega Scizor and Miltank, which are decent Mamoswine switch-ins. I mean, Mamoswine switch-ins are hard to come by.
I mean, superpower, a banded superpower. I mean...
Oh, right, that exists.
Yeah, Miltank's not going to really take that. He does have the Lantern on his team, but that's not really going to take anything from Mamoswine.
Catch this earthquake.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, obviously the Sneasel is going to get taken out by superpower.
Basically anything. Are you kidding? 10 Sneasels that get taken out by one superpower.
Yeah. That's probably pretty accurate. To be totally
actually
honest.
Want to know this now.
Yeah, because Ice Shard's going to basically take out that Celebi, Earthquake on Tentacruel. Slurpuff isn't going to really get taken out by it, but I mean, if he gets Rocks Up and puts damage on the Dragonite, then that's another thing that Mamoswine takes out.
Okay, Banded Mamoswine superpower kills 6 Sneasels. It does 549% to 648%. Okay, so I'm rounding up.
Yeah,
it kills 5.5.
I just really think that Mamoswine puts in absolute work in this one. And then along with Drew's defensive core, I really do like his defensive core.
Yeah, now that you point out superpower, I totally forgot about that. I'm an idiot. That actually makes a lot more sense. Yeah, the defensive core plus the Mamoswine is really good in this matchup.
Does Tauros get superpower?
I don't. I'm going to look this up right now. Tauros. That's not how you spell Tauros. Tauros does not get superpower.
Does it get any type of fighting attack?
Rock Smash.
That's
that's bad.
I
Sheer Force Rock Smash. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Tauros isn't gonna put in work, but
Never
I mean, if he does have like stuff going on, that's really unfortunate because I do think I really think if he keeps Mammoth Wine alive and healthy in this one, I mean, it really does put in work. Like, yeah, I think that's his definite win. That's his definite win con in this one.
Yeah, Mammoth Wine is really solid in this matchup, actually. Okay, next up, we have Wmar and the Miami Infernames versus Kurt and the Portage Herdiers. I didn't even think before I picked this, because Wmar is a decent player. Kurt is an outstanding player. So, I didn't look at the matchup at all. I should do that right now.
Sorry.
Cherim B switch-ins include, I don't know, Dust Flops.
Basically, what I said was that the Herdiers played pretty well last week, and I think they're going to carry on their momentum. And they've kind of played decent the last couple weeks, haven't they?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he started out 1-2. Oh wait, this is week 5, so I think he's 2-2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he beat Brendan last week.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
To get a Mario, that was gold.
But I think that it's. Let me look at the matchup again.
Alright, you totally cut out on my end, but you're recording your end of the recording, so
yeah,
people watching this video didn't know that at all. So yeah,
you just outed me.
I what?
You outed me. You said I cut out.
Oh.
They didn't They didn't have to know.
I just wanted to say that I didn't hear that at all. What you said. Doesn't matter.
I did you hear me say that I think the Herdiers they're gonna carry on the momentum that they've had?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. So, right, this matchup. Let me look at it. What does Wmar have for MegaKangaskhan? Wait, no, seriously, what does he have for MegaKangaskhan? I'm looking at that now.
Heracross?
Actually, I suppose Scarf Heracross can revenge kill, and Mega Pidgeot probably does some decent damage with Hurricane. But, other than Scarfers, Mega Pidgeot, is that the only thing that outspeeds? Am I looking at that right? Oh my gosh, that's the only thing that outspeeds. Kangaskhan actually puts in a lot of work.
All I'm saying is, set up with Barbaracle and just take him out. That's what I'm saying.
I suppose that would also work.
Nah, I mean Blastoise still takes Barbaracle out, but I think Latias does some work on him too. But
yeah, Kurt could have the worst matchup in the world and I'd still pick him to beat Wmar. No offense, buddy. If you're watching this,
you better be.
You better be Wmar. I've mentioned you like 10 times now. Anyway, you have anything else to say about the matchup? We should probably wrap this up. We have one more matchup to go.
Nah, that's all I got for it.
All right, awesome. Last up, we have NoivernNation and the Las Vegas Gladiators versus Ashley and the Houston Hardens. Ash has not been playing that great this season, and Noivern has an awesome team. So that kind of led me to pick him to win the matchup. Didn't look hard at it. Sounds smart.
I was a little I think Noivern, I think they lost this week or this past
week. We should really be looking this stuff up beforehand, shouldn't we?
I mean, I watch all the matches. At this point in the week, because somebody took so long with their Pick Ems, I don't remember them.
Oh, okay. I see what it is.
But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is Ash just hasn't played well this season yet, and that makes it really hard to pick him.
And I'm looking for an Infernape switch-in, and I'm not seeing one. I mean, Slowking stands out, but U-turn, Iron Fist, Thunder Punch.
Well, I mean, Slowking.
Infernape puts in a lot of work.
Slowking. I mean, Goodra maybe if it's a physically defensive Goodra.
I'm not sure. Base 70 defense is not great. And Infernape's close combat hits like a truck.
I mean, Slowking's pretty boss.
It's just that. Again, U-turn, Thunder Punch.
I had a buddy get he was up like 4-1 on a Slowking and it just didn't die and he lost.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'll send you the replay. I'll send you the replay if I remember. But yeah,
a physically defensive Goodra Bandit Close Combat's still doing 58 min.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah, he
Infernape
really
breaks.
doesn't have.
He doesn't have a
switch
lot
into
for
that.
Infernape. Garchomp is Garchomp, although he does have Celesteela. Is Garchomp a Z captain? I'm not sure. If it is, he has access to like Fire MZ.
Yeah, he does have Garchomp as this Z captain.
Okay.
And
Free Marina
well,
switches
I mean,
don't exist. Although actually Cradle is decent. Although Ice Beam exists. Slowking's decent. Never mind. He has half decent Free Marina switches.
Yeah, I think additionally with the Harden's not. I mean, Ash isn't really playing that well, and then NoivernNation just kind of has the matchup here.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So, this video has dragged on far too long. Any other closing comments?
Nah, I'm good, man. Let's go to sleep.
Capital idea. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we didn't offend too many of you. I'm sure we offended, like, what, 8 of you?
Triggered.
That number sounds right. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week.